Good morning, Dr. Smith. This is Emily Como bringing you my presentation number 2, where I will discuss how my project meets the requirements of the Assure model. Letter A, analyze learner characteristics. This is a group of 5th graders, most of which are on-level readers. While I am teaching to the whole group, the special education co-teacher will be present to assist students needing one-on-one reinforcement of concepts, differently abled students. No tag students are in this particular 5th grade class. In this lesson, learning opportunities are provided through visual images, printed word, and spoken word. These students lack the prerequisite copyright skills to use online resources ethically. The first S for state standards and objectives. Future Ready Learning, National Education Technology Plan learning goal, which states all learners will have engaging and empowering learning experiences in both formal and informal settings that prepare them to be active, creative, knowledgeable, and ethical participants in our globally connected society. Also, ISTE standards for students, empowering students to be safe and conscientious while navigating the digital world. And my lesson's objectives were clearly stated in my presentation on slide number 2, which says, by the time we're done, what should we know? In this lesson, you will take away knowledge, tools, and resources that plainly explain the rules of copyright so that you can follow them. The second S in the Assure model, select instructional methods, media, and materials. My teaching method will be lecture style. The students will view a multimedia presentation through Google Slides with voice overlay. I'm using Screencast-O-Matic. The U, utilize media and materials. I will use the multimedia presentation I created to introduce students to the rules of copyright. I will use examples, visuals, and vocabulary to assist student learning. The R, require student participation. Learners will follow these specific steps to learning. Step 1, students will take turns defining key vocabulary words. Step 2, students will distinguish between fair use and infringement in a variety of scenarios. And Step 3, students will identify online resources that are free to use from websites, including Creative Commons. And finally, the E, evaluate. To evaluate this assignment, I have created a rubric to determine if students understand copyright rules. Students can define basic vocabulary involving copyright rules. Part 1, matching definitions to vocabulary words, and Part 2, for each vocabulary word, describe a scenario or example that involves the vocabulary word. Students can read a scenario and predict whether or not it is a case of copyright infringement in an activity called You Be the Judge. And finally, students will curate a living list of websites that offer free-to-use media sources, pictures, photos, or music. I hope you enjoyed my presentation and have a great rest of your day.